I walked into the school environment with my head down. I used the length of my hair to wrap my face so no one would recognize me. Diga, where are you rushing off to? That was Victoria, my twin and Nemesis. I walked even faster knowing she would want to embarrass me again just like she always did. Victoria wore her favorite black heels with a very short transparent skirt that exposed her thighs. The top she put on was strapless, exposing her bare shoulders. Sometimes, I feel ashamed seeing my sister in this manner. I wish I could scrape off my face or hers so we wouldn't look so alike. Why are you in such a hurry? Victoria pulled me back. Looking at her one-sided smirk only infuriated me more. Oh, wow. Torai, you two look so much alike. I must confess, the witch Katrina said. Katrina and Victoria have been friends since only the goddess knows how long. I so much hate their friendship because I was the one who suffered for the crimes they committed. You don't know how much I'm embarrassed having her as a sister. She's so slow and weak. I'm more embarrassed of you, I whispered. What? Embarrassed of me? You think I didn't hear what you said, right? Victoria was fuming with anger now, and it looked like her wolf would take control any minute. I used the medium to escape from their presence. Stay right there, how dare you be embarrassed of me? Katrina tried to calm her down while she struggled to chase after me. I walked as fast as I could to my class. Fortunately for me, Victoria and I aren't in the same class, and that saved me a lot of stress. But another sad part was that there was another bully named Becca in my class. She was another friend of Victoria and Beta's daughter. I think Victoria was destined to make my life a living hell because if she wasn't the one tormenting me, her minions were. When I got into my class, Mrs. Roosevelt was already giving notes. Miss Vega Gilbert, you are late again. I'm sorry, Mrs. Rusev, I promised to be early tomorrow. Mrs. Roosevelt let out a long sigh. That's what you've been saying since you started schooling at Snow Academy. I'm sorry, Mrs. Roosevelt. Don't say sorry. I want you to start being punctual. I felt everyone's gaze on me. Some classmates looked at me in disgust and some in sympathy. I quietly went to my seat. As I was about to sit down, I saw a write-up that almost choked the life out of me. Leave my boyfriend alone, you whore. I composed myself and sat down on my seat like nothing had happened. I could hear the murmurings of my classmates calling me a stupid whore. I was in tears because I knew nothing about what they accused me of. Silence, everyone, Mrs. Roosevelt shouted, and the murmuring immediately died down. No talking till my period is over. After class, I became so exhausted because I hardly went to bed early. I did all the chores while Victoria slept like a dead wolf. I was practically the one doing everything at home, including the cooking. Ever since our mum died, life hasn't been the same for me again. Sometimes I felt Victoria hated me because I was the one who held my mum's hands before her death. To say the truth, I was my mum's favorite back then, just as Victoria was dad's. Victoria was never happy that mum made me her favorite. She wanted all the love to herself. So when mum died, Victoria became very hostile towards me, and our dad, the alpha, did nothing about it. Victoria and I were so identical, and we looked so much like our mum. We had the same dark long hair, auburn green eyes, light skin, and also equal heights. Victoria was the first to come into the world before I did, and that made her the eldest. What are you thinking about, you moron? The words were accompanied by a hard slap on my face. Ouch, that must have hurt, Becca said, smiling. I felt the pain so hard on my face. What was that for? I asked, very confused and pissed. That is for stealing my boyfriend Nathan. I couldn't say a word as everyone gasped in shock. The disgust they had on their faces for me only made me want to cry. What? Cat got your tongue? I only thought you were stubborn. I never knew you were also a fucking whore. Uncontrollable tears ran down my cheeks. This wasn't the first time I was accused of something I didn't do. But who was I to complain when I knew my complaints would only fall on deaf ears? I was very sure Victoria was the one she saw with her boyfriend. It's so heartbreaking that these minions of hers couldn't tell the difference between me and her. And I was always the one who suffered for her reckless behavior. Listen, the next time I see you around my boyfriend, I will pull out your eyes and feed them to the beasts of the forest. Decca walked out with the rest of her group, who eyed me with pure hatred. When I finally got home, I went to my room, beautifully decorated in white. White was my favorite color. I remember when my mum was still alive. She was the one who always decorated my room. She decorated my reading table with well-scented snowdrop flowers that I always like. Whenever I am in my room, I'm reminded of the love my mum showered on me. I miss her so much. Life has lost its color and value to me ever since her passing. My mum was from a family of a rare bloodline of witches. A witch never had a wolf since they had special powers. But it was different for my mum. She had a wolf, and a powerful one at that. Sometimes I wonder why a powerful witch like my mum would die so early. I drifted off to sleep while thinking of my mum. The constant banging of my room door woke me up from sleep. Vega, I know you are in there. You better get out right this instant before I pull down the door. Victoria was getting on my nerves, and I had to swallow my anger since nothing good would come out from being angry at her. I stood up lazily to unlock the door. The moment the door was unlocked, Victoria barged in, pushing me to the hard floor. She looked angry. Why are you sleeping here? Aren't you supposed to make dinner? You are becoming lazy, Vega. This annoyed me to the extreme, and I folded my hands into a fist, but because I was very good at controlling my temper, I quickly calmed down. If you are so hungry, you could have made yourself something to eat. What? Are you seriously telling me to go to the kitchen to make myself dinner? That's exactly what I said. I rolled my eyes at her, knowing full well that it annoyed her. I had to let her understand she couldn't bully me. Did you just roll your eyes at me? Vega, do you realize I am your elder sister? For God's sake, how can someone be this loud? Lest I forget, you should stop going out with Nathan. You do realize he's Becca's boyfriend, right? Victoria's expression changed to that of surprise, but was immediately replaced by her vicious look. Who the hell told you about it? Oh, so you are not denying the fact that you are whoring yourself with someone's boyfriend? That gave me a sound slap, and I fell backward. The next time you talk to me like that again, I will scratch off that face with my claws till you are unrecognizable. Victoria left my room, shutting the door with full force. How long would I keep being treated in this way? Tears ran down my cheeks again. I was bitter. I had no one to talk to or explain myself to. If only Mum were here, she wouldn't let Victoria treat me this way. I quickly changed my wear into leggings and a cardigan. I took my backpack and left the house through the window in the dead night. My wolf wanted a run, and so did I. A good run made me feel better. I walked into the woods in haste in order not to be caught. When I was a bit deep into the forest, I looked for my favorite tree, changed my clothes, and shifted into my large white wolf. No one has ever seen my wolf because no one cared about me or what I did. Not even my father. When our coming-of-age ceremony was held, Victoria made herself the queen of the show. So I decided to leave the gathering and go into the woods, where I transformed into my white wolf. For more stories, subscribe to the Romance Library. Thank you for watching.